Hey guys, if you never were up, yeah, I was reading the book. Hey guys, if you were never up to my dates, but I'm gonna read the rest of the chapter to you guys. Stacy, one of the characters in the book, is trying to rescue a little doggo. So yeah, and the doggo is standing on a piece of rock in the middle of magma. So she's trying to rescue him. So yeah, I'll read it. Alright, here goes nothing, Stacy whispered. With Everest and Addison standing on the end, Stacy began to slowly walk up the plank on her hands and knees. Just as she had hoped, the shell held steady with the weight of the wolves. On the other side, Stacy reached on top and peered over the edge, and a decision she immediately regretted. She centered her weight on the slab and took a deep breath. Okay, Addison, she said calmly. Listen closely. I want you to step your back legs off the slab. Stacy branched herself for what she knew was coming. Addison let out a series of short piercing barks that echoed loudly off the cave walls. A clear observation to Stacy's plan. She didn't want to know what Everest's expression was, and she didn't dare risk moving to turn her head around to see. Suddenly, Stacy launched forward on the slab, sliding a couple of inches toward the edge. Addison surprisingly had done what Stacy had told her to and stepped one leg off the slab, but now Stacy was closer to the magma than ever before. The dog let out a painful yelp. Stacy could now see that it had a small burn on its front paws. Okay, good at it. Stacy breathed out. Now the other back leg slowly. Oh. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you the picture. It's hard to keep the book open enough. So as you guys could see, that's happening. Stacy is the one trying to reach out for the doggo. The doggo is keep the book open. So Stacy right there is trying to reach out for this doggo. And these two are helping her out. I first thought that the doggo, you know how it's like sometimes fly on the ground? I thought it was doing that, but no, that's just happening. So let's continue the story. Addison stepped off the slab with her other hind leg, making sure to keep both her front paws firmly planted on the slab. With Everest, Stacy was lowered a few more inches, and the dog was just barely out of reach now. The poor thing cowered even more, whimpering in fear and pain. Stacy reached around behind her back and grabbed a small rope out of her satchel. She tied it around her waist and threw the other end to Noah and Week. Hold on to the rope. I might need your help to balance on my way back. They stood on behind the other, grasping the rope in their teeth. Stacy could see that they didn't understand how this would help either, did she? Really, but she wanted to give them a job to do. It seemed a sensible thing at the moment. She almost laughed at herself. If I was sensible, I'd still be asleep in the cave. At least with a rope, they'll have my bones to bury if I fall in. Or does magma melt bones? She shook the thought off and began to inch her way over to the edge of the shallow. I love you guys, she said over her shoulder. She heard Wink whimper behind her. Stacy was as far as she could go to the end of the slab. She extended her arm toward the little dog who was now inches away from her grasp. Here, little one, she said, be a good dog and come to me. Stacy accepted the little dog to whimper or even growl, but instead she heard a sound that sent shivers down her spine and made the hairs on the back of her neck stand up in fear. Oh no, Stacy yawned. The shell had begun to crack. Uh-oh. Stacy closed her eyes and took a shallow breath. She almost didn't dare breathe at all. Slowly, she turned her head around the walls to see if they'd also spotted the growing crack in the shallow slab. Everest had. He was staring instantly at it, almost willing to the crack not spread anymore than it already had. Addison Winks and Noah's eyes were all trained on Stacy. All the while she ground lumpily to keep the little dog and the wolves calm. Hush, little doggy, don't howl or moan, Stacy called. Stacy's gonna bring you a nice big bone. Stacy had drunk all the water in her canteen, so the wolves and the dog licked at the water droplets that ran down the cave walls. As their elevation got higher, Stacy welcomed air that she seemed searching on the way down, but now felt cool. Oh wait, I skipped a page. And if that bone's gone when you wake, Stacy's gonna bring you juicy steak. And if Wink steals that steak from you, Stacy's gonna bring... Stacy had always wondered where she had learned that original version of that song. It was if she had always known it. She had been making up her own words on the melody for so long that she didn't even remember how the song was supposed to be sung. Now wasn't the time for memories anyway. She shook it off and replaced it with determination. I can't do this, she thought. Stacy took one more shallow breath in and leaned forward, now completely related on the rope that Wink and Noah were still holding on to. She began to reach her arm out toward the dog, only she didn't have to. Suddenly, a quiet expansion. The dog leaped onto Stacy's head and then leaped again onto the shell behind her, causing the crack to double the size and speed quickly up towards Stacy. The dog scurried off the slab and past Everest and Addison to safety. It works too, Stacy grumbled, matter of fantasy, spinning around quickly and jumping toward the wolves. As the shell cracked in half and fell into the magma, sizing as it sunk. Stacy fell to her knees and gave all the wolves big hugs. Beginning with Everest, his eyes were stern, but Stacy knew that was because he loved her. Addison gave her big slurpy kisses, and Wink and Noah nuzzled her cheeks. Stacy scooped up the little dog that had caused so much trouble. It eyed them all curiosity. It didn't seem to be afraid of them any longer, but Stacy didn't trust it not to run. After all, they risked saving it. They needed to make sure it was unhurt. She ran her hands up and down its body, and then its leg. There were no visible cuts or obvious broken bone. There was a small burn on her foot. Yes, it was a girl, which Noah was already treating with tender licks. But other than that, the dog seemed fine, and she was accepting Noah's attention with a calm pose. I guess you've decided wolves are okay after all, Stacy, giving her a good snatch. Now let's go home. You need to rest. We all do. The walk back to the hole that led up to the mine seemed a lot longer on the way back. Everyone was exhausted by the heat and the effort they had made. Tune in. Well, I might be reading it, so I might tell you the information, but I'm not going to only read it to you guys. I will be reading this book. But after I read the book, I will tell you all that has happened in the book. So see you guys later. I might be reading the book still. So yeah, bye.